Hello there and welcome back to another edition of the Hot Lab Classic Remastered. And this time take a look at the 1996 Lotus Esprit GT1, a car that you may have forgotten was even in the game. This is the second Lotus special model. Of course, there's also the Elise GT1, which we've had round and was actually very quick, despite not being everyone's sort of first preference when it comes to race cars in this game. But the Esprit, I'm not too sure. The Esprit GT1, in case you was curious, was not successful. I know, shock horror. A car that was sort of sent racing about 20 years after it first came out was not successful. Yeah, you can tell by that wing, which has a middle stand on it that is actually just the other one's reversed, which I think is absolutely fantastic. And the exhaust sticking out of the sort of where the number plate would go. Yeah, this was a bit of a botch job of a car and was not very successful, shock horror. And then the Elise GT1 came along and that was even worse. So yeah, not usually everyone's first choice for a car in this game, but you never know, this might turn out to be a bit of a rocket. The Esprits haven't been slow by any metric, but yeah, I don't think this one's going to be quite up there with the best of the best mid-engined race cars, but we will see. Livery-wise, also not particularly spectacular. Just sort of a black car with gold rims, which, you know, I guess that harkens back to some better times, but yeah, I'm not really vibing with it. Anyways, mid-engined rear-wheel drive, 586 horsepower, 900 kilograms. It is surprisingly good statistically, so this should be quick. But it sounds good. I just don't suspect it will be. Anyways, to find out how the Esprit GT1 gets along, it's going to get 6 laps of the Motorsports Land track in order to set the best time it possibly can. Our current leader is the Audi TT LM Edition. That car set a time of a 26.690. The Esprit GT1 is not going to be beating that. In terms of where the Esprit GT1 will be going, I am not so sure. The Elise GT1 was very difficult to drive, but also when you did get it together was very quick. That car set a time of 28.9, which I don't foresee this one doing. I can't really think of a lot of sort of mid-engine race cars we've really had. Lister Storm 29.5, obviously that's not the racing version, that's a standard road car. Perhaps that's sort of where this will go. In terms of the moment, admittedly that was not the best lap in the world. This is currently slower than the road car, so I'm sure that's a sentiment that was probably true of the race car, but there you go. Yeah, come on. It is turbo laggy. That is the first thing that springs to mind when it comes to this car is turbo lag, because there's a lot of it, which in something with all-wheel drive and traction is fine. Something like this with no traction is not good. Oh, the Viper GTSR, that's at a time of 29.7. I think that's definitely doable for this. That car was atrocious to drive. This is actually significantly nicer than that was, so I'm hoping this will be quicker than that. It's not 29 point what? Wow, okay. It's not actually that bad, to be fair to it, once you sort of get into the rhythm of it. You can tell straight away. I think Polyphony did an excellent job of sort of nailing how this car probably felt in the real world. You can sort of tell when you're driving it around here that this is not like the pinnacle of technology. It definitely feels old. It doesn't feel as sort of composed, as twitchy, almost, I guess, as some of the newer stuff. It feels sort of more raw, almost, in a sense. It's got a decent amount of mechanical grip. I don't know what this is like sort of on a normal circuit compared to the Elise, but I'd probably hazard a guess that this is a bit nicer to sort of drive, especially on the bumpy tracks, than the Elise is. Messed up that final sector a little bit. Could have gone a little bit quicker there, but I'm actually sort of impressed by that. That wasn't nearly as bad as it could have been. I was not expecting a lot. And yeah, pretty alright, actually, to be fair. Again, it's no way near sort of purpose-built spec machinery, I guess. It's gotten close to a couple of things, which we'll discuss in a second, but no, on the whole, not bad. Really not bad. God, look at that final lap. What could have been for the Elise, because we lost 0.4 there. I don't think it would have gone that much quicker. I think we'd probably have nudged more the ceiling of the 29.1s. But no, still actually quite good. A 29.191, that was it, wasn't it? Yes, 29.191 will put it into 80th place. Goes in between the Celica GT4 and the Subaru Impreza WRX STI Sedan version 4. It is very slightly quicker than the Nissan Skyline Silhouette Formula and the NSXR LM GT2. Admittedly, the GT2 NSX ran yonks ago, but still, that's sort of the performance you'd expect from this. It's quicker than TVR Tuscan, quicker than the Evo 4, quicker than the Vector M12 and the Venturi Atlantique, quicker than the Turismo Supra, quicker than a great majority of the rally cars. Not bad. I mean, it beats the Lister Storm by 0.4. I think these are similar price. Beats the Cobra Daytona by about 0.5. Lancia Delta. Again, the GTSR beats that by about 0.6. Nowhere near, of course, the JGTC Viper, but still, they're pretty quick. I mean, you know, for a mid-engine car especially, that is quite good. It's only slightly slower than the Vector WH Twin Turbo, and that was mostly helped out by the gearbox in it. So, and they're about 0.2 off the Elise. So yeah, no, do you know what? I am surprised. I'm sorry to the Esprit for slightly mocking it when it first showed up, because no, that is actually a pretty decent time from the car. Anyways, that is it for this episode. Thank you all very much for watching. Join me next time when I'll be driving something completely different. Until then, farewell.